So you're thinking about getting a new vinyl fence. Awesome choice. They look fantastic, they last forever, but that price tag can be a little bit of a shock, right? So, what are you actually paying for? Well, we're going to break down every single dollar of it so you can budget for your project like an absolute pro.
Okay, the very first thing you need to see is this chart. It's kind of surprising. You'd think the fence panels would be the biggest cost, but nope. Look at that. A full 50%, half of your entire budget, goes straight to labor. That's the big secret right there, and once you get that, everything else makes a whole lot more sense.
So let's pull apart that total cost. We're going to go piece by piece so you can walk into this project with total confidence, knowing exactly where your money is going.
First up, let's talk about the stuff you can actually touch, the materials. Think of it like a shopping list. We'll build a quick one right now and see how those numbers really start to stack up. The main item, of course, is the fence panel itself. For a pretty standard 6 by 8 foot privacy panel, you're looking at about $100. That's kind of your starting point, your basic building block. Then you've got the posts. You need one for every panel. Plus, you need one more to finish the line. At $40 a pop, they add up way faster than you'd think. I mean, for just a small 10-panel fence, boom, that's an extra $400 right there. And now for the real jaw-dropper, the gate. A single gate kit can easily set you back $500. Want a second one on the other side of the yard for convenience? Wow, you just added a massive chunk to your material budget. So that's the pile of materials. Now let's get into the biggest part of the budget by far, the labor. Why on earth does it cost so much? It's pretty simple, actually. You're paying for skill and expertise. When you start getting quotes from contractors, they're usually going to come in one of two flavors. Per foot pricing is great for a quick ballpark estimate. Think somewhere between $10 and $40 a foot. But a lump sum quote, that's the all-in, final price. Knowing the difference helps you compare your offers and really understand what you're looking at. All right, now for my favorite part, the sneaky costs. These are the little things that blindside almost everybody because they're never on that initial shopping list you make in your head. Here's your little reality checklist. You've got bags of concrete for every single post. You've got permits from the city or your HOA. Yeah, that's a thing. If you're doing it yourself, you're probably renting some heavy-duty tools. And what about your old fence? You have to pay someone to haul it away and dump it. None of these are optional, and trust me, they all add up. And it doesn't even stop there. Is your soil super rocky? Well, your labor cost just went up. Need that old fence torn down first? That's more hours and more fees. And get this, even the color of your fence can jack up the price. A tan or gray can cost you 10 to 30% more than basic white. Which brings us to the big decision. Now that you know all the costs, you can see this isn't just about saving money anymore. It's really about a trade-off. You're trading your time for money. Look, hiring a pro gets you speed, all the right tools, and usually a warranty. It's peace of mind, basically. Going DIY, you save that entire 50% labor cost. We're talking potentially thousands of dollars. But let's be real, it is tough, backbreaking physical work, and with vinyl, there is zero room for error. If you're off by even an inch, that expensive panel just isn't going in. And that right there brings us to the bottom line. It all comes down to this one simple question. If a contractor quotes you $2,000 for labor, you just have to ask yourself, is my weekend, my back, and my sanity worth $2,000? Only you can answer that. So now you've got it all. You know the material costs, you know about the hidden fees, and you understand the huge DIY trade-off. You are totally ready to build a real-world budget for your project. And hey, to make this even easier, we actually built a calculator that does all this math for you. You just plug in your fence length and some of your local prices, and it'll spit out a super detailed cost breakdown. It's the perfect way to take everything you just learned and turn it into a solid plan. The link for it is right down in the description.